I think they're finally used to it in our place.
Wolverine cosplay. I'm Batman.
Thank you very much. You scared the crap out of me.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you that are subscribed here, you've probably noticed that there have been a lot of changes lately. So before I get into the video, let me just cover those real quick. The channel is getting separated into 3 different channels. One is going to be for all of my copyright stuff, including my fan films, Highlander stuff, all that stuff. It's called the Captain Westicle Alternate channel, so you can check that out. And all of my gun stuff is getting transferred over to another channel, the Guns of Captain Westicle. So if you're here for gun stuff, you can check that out. Everything else is going to stay on this channel for the time being, unless YouTube refuses to monetize me again, in which case I'll probably create a 4th channel. Anyway, that's kind of where we're at right now. Any support you guys can give me, I'd appreciate. I've got a Patreon channel going. The link will be in the description. And yeah, I'm hoping to make this channel a lot more Indiana Jones related. There's going to be some video game stuff, whip work, fight choreography, and then all of my vacation trips that I normally go on is probably going to be on here. So if you like that stuff, please stick around, like, share, and subscribe. You know, the usual mumbo jumbo. So anyway, this video is about the trailer that just dropped for the new Indiana Jones video game, which I'm really excited about. It's called Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Not the greatest title, in my opinion. It doesn't really generate excitement, but the trailer generated a lot of excitement, and I just want to talk about that real quick. First of all, you've probably noticed from watching my video game stuff on here that I am not exactly a video game aficionado. In fact, most of my stuff is funny screw-up stuff because I'm not very good. I have played several Indiana Jones video games and loved every single one of them. Obviously, there's a huge following for The Fate of Atlantis still. A lot of people think the one that came out for the Nintendo 64 was really, really good, The Infernal Machine. My favorite Indiana Jones video game of all time is The Emperor's Tomb, which I played on PS2. I played the hell out of that game and loved every single minute of it. But this is really exciting because this is going to be the first one on next-gen consoles. They were supposed to bring out Indiana Jones and the Staff of Kings onto PS3 and Xbox One, but that didn't happen. It only came out for the Wii and PS2, and I believe the original Xbox as well. That was actually a really good game. Some people didn't like it, but I loved it. I used to play it with my dad quite a bit. The 2-player mode was really, really fun. And the fist fights were really cool and that sort of thing. But The Emperor's Tomb is by far the superior game. It had a really good story that actually blended in with the films. The action was really good. I mean, it played a lot like a Tomb Raider game, but it felt like an authentic Indiana Jones game. And we haven't really gotten anything super awesome since, so it's been, what, probably a decade or so? So when the announcement came that they were making another one a couple years ago, I was stoked, and I, was really looking forward to see what they were going to do with it. And this is the first time we've actually seen, like, some gameplay and some stuff like that from this game. So I figured I would cover it on this channel real quick and tell you what I like and what I don't like. Let's get the things that I don't like out of the way first, because there's a lot of good things to talk about, and I don't want to start with talking about just the bad stuff at the end. So the bad stuff right off the bat is it's going to be Xbox and PC exclusive. So that was a bit of a downer for me right off the bat, because I own a PS4 and I just got a PS5 for Christmas, and I have no intentions at all of buying a new system or a gaming PC just to play this game. So unfortunately that kind of takes me out of the running of actually being able to play it. But that being said, I'm not much of a video game guy anyway, and I'm more looking forward to what kind of story we can get out of this thing. So I'm sure that somebody on YouTube is going to put some kind of cinematic cut of the film on YouTube at some point, and I'm actually really, really excited to see that. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny was kind of hit and miss. It had a lot of good things going for it. It had a lot of bad things going for it. I did enjoy the film. There's a review of that on this channel as well if you want to check that out. But this game takes place between Raiders and Last Crusade, where, you know, Indy's in his prime. And they've done a fantastic job graphically of representing what Indy looks like. I mean, he looks almost exactly like Harrison Ford. There's a couple scenes in the trailer where he smiles or something where it just doesn't quite look right to me, but there are others where it's like spot on. Marcus Brody looks great. The voices are great. The guy that they got to voice Harrison Ford sounds a lot like Harrison Ford. The guy they got to voice Brody sounds a lot like Brody. So definitely some good stuff there.
Thousands of years of humanity's thoughts and beliefs, scattered and buried. Just waiting to be found.
You can't just run away from your problems, Indiana.
Watch me.
Graphically, the game looks fantastic. The environments look really, really good. Looks like there's going to be some puzzles, lots of action. Everything a person could want in an Indiana Jones film. The sound effects are even spot on, which they failed to do in the fifth film. You've got the correct sound effects for the punches, the correct sound effects for the whip, the correct sound effects for Indy's gun.
I've had run-ins with these guys before. Trust me, it ain't a walk in the park.
The gun and the punch sound effect were absent from the fifth film, which really irked me. It's like, that's a trademark for Indiana Jones films, and they didn't do that. This game has done that, which leads me to believe that the people that are behind this game are really, really trying to pay attention to the smaller details to make this a good product, which, again, has me excited. The music, even though it's not John Williams did not score any of the video games ever, but there have been plenty of video games out there that have that indie feel to the music, and this game has that as well, from what we can see. I mean, obviously the trailer's only 3 minutes long, so we're not getting a whole lot of anything, but there's certainly enough there to get the indie fan excited.
Throughout history, mankind has built sites of great spiritual significance. If you were to draw a line through these ancient sites around the globe, you get a perfectly aligned circle.
There is one other con I want to talk about real quick. It looks like the game is going to be first person, and the developers are even saying, we want you to experience this game through the eyes of Indiana Jones. Well, for some people that might be awesome. For me, it's not so awesome. When they went first person with the Resident Evil games in Resident Evil 7, I didn't like that much either. This doesn't feel like it should be a first-person game. You wouldn't do a first-person Tomb Raider. You wouldn't do a first-person Nathan Drake. I mean, you want to see the character that you love kicking ass. I mean, you're not going to be able to see the jacket, the hat, the whip on the belt, or any of that stuff if it's done in first person. So I am a little bit concerned about where that's going to go and how people are going to take that. I'm hoping that maybe they throw an option in there like they have in Grand Theft Auto where you can change the camera angle between first person and third person. So if you want to play it in third person, you can. If you want to play it in first person, you can. But I'm not quite sure they're going to go that route. They don't have an official release date for this game yet. All we know is it's coming out sometime this year in 2024. If I had to guess, it's probably going to be fall. But we'll see. I'm probably not going to mention anything further about this game until it's actually released and I get to watch the full cinematic story, basically the movie of the game, if you will, and I will give you my thoughts on that. For me, it's going to be all about the story. I mean, if it's a great game, fine, but the story is what's going to sell it for me. However, if it is successful, then maybe we can get some more of this sort of thing. I mean, they were talking about doing an Indiana Jones land in the Animal Kingdom in Disney World, and since the 5th film flopped, that's probably not going to happen. So I feel like there's a lot hinging on this game where if it's done right and it's very successful, that people will be like, oh, well, maybe there really is a market for Indiana Jones stuff out there, and then we'll get more stuff. Any kind of Indiana Jones thing that comes out there, I want it to do well, because then we'll get more. The 5th film definitely had some problems. However, I'm still disappointed that it failed from a financial standpoint, because that means that anything else we were going to get, now we're not going to get. So I think there's a lot riding on this game as far as like more indie stuff in the future, whether it be merchandise, more video games, stuff at Disneyland, whatever the case may be. I feel like there's a lot of pressure on the people making this game to not only deliver a super awesome product, but a super awesome product that makes a significant amount of money. So anyway, I guess we'll see what they do. I'm very, very excited. I thought the trailer was incredible. Just the look of it and the feel of it. I mean, it feels like an Indiana Jones product, which makes me very, very happy. So we'll see what happens. I will give you my review of the cinematic film once I've had the opportunity to watch it. So more good stuff on the horizon for all you indie fans out there. Well, thanks for watching, and I hope you all have a great day.
You have any idea how old that was?